Pep Roulette strikes again, but what can we learn? Let's check it out. What is up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Backup Fantasy Sports. It is Friday, April 5th. My name is Ewan. On today's episode, we're going to get into a Fantasy Premier League Game Week 32 preview. I can't believe it's Game Week 32 already. Man, we are winding down a little bit here, but also pushing through to the stretch run. So if you're a little fatigued, just yeah, you can't do anything about it because there's a game week starting tomorrow. But after this, maybe we could rest for like 1 week. But it was a wild week. I actually activated my wild card in game week 31. I was unable to put out a video, which was very unfortunate timing considering it was my wild card. But huge boost, as you can see. Last time I saw you, I was 113,000 in the world, and now I'm up in the top 63K. So it has been quite a kind wild card to me. I had some massive bench jam, but yeah, I think we all kind of suffered from Pep Roulette, some rotation that we were worried about. I just don't think we expected it to all come in 1 week. So this is just me touching on my game week 31 wildcard. Skip ahead in the time description below if you don't care about this. While you're down there, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. So I've got 7 double game week players and 34. I'm likely going to free hit, but I do like the fixtures for a lot of those guys there. That's going to be Gabriel, A. Nuri, Bradley, Salah, Darwin, Saka, and Chris Richards down there. Unfortunate that Chris Richards just had like 5 straight starts and then just did not play. So that might have been a gamble that has gone wrong. But I've got 8 double game week players and 37 right now. 2 Chelsea, 2 United, 1 Spurs, 1 City, 1 Brighton, 1 Newcastle. That Brighton fixture could end up in a different game week. We need to see. It's got 0.0 in the bank. So I'm in a little bit of bother with this Connor Bradley situation, besides him scoring an own goal last night, which was not helpful. But yeah, I'm probably gonna need to get to Gusto. Not that he's a lot better than Bradley. Just a lot to kind of digest there with yeah, we'll see what happens with Liverpool because Bradley has been playing really well. Trent is likely to be back this weekend against Man United, at least in the squad. So that is going to be interesting to see what happens with Bradley. Am I going to be in trouble already? But Gabriel, Ait Nuri, and Van Heck could possibly cover me. I'm just going to have to figure out that defense eventually. Yeah, so feeling pretty good. I'm likely going to free hit in game week 34. So I don't have any like short-term concerns outside of that Bradley kind of thing. But yeah, not a lot of money to maneuver around for game week 37, but there's possibility that like Darwin could go. And then Salah's looking a little sluggish. Really bad last night. 1 point with the captain's armband. As you see here, a lot of people suffered from that. But Cole Palmer, Alejandro Garnacho saved the game week, hands down. So great job by them. But yeah, that's my game week 31 wild card. That's how I kind of lined up. And yeah, I'll be playing my free hit in 34 and my bench boost in 37. Let me know in the comments below if you have activated your wild card, if you activated it last week, if you're activating it this week, when you're planning on activating it, and your trip strategy. Let's get some of this strategy together and work our way up for a good rank because I was just shooting for top 100K. I've done that the first 2 seasons I've been playing Fantasy Premier League, so I was hoping for a 3rd year in a row. And yeah, now I guess I'm going to be shooting for top 50K, personal best. Let's see if I can get there. Fixtures for game week 32 here. We've got a Saturday afternoon kickoff, and we've kind of got some weird times this week. Crystal Palace, Man City kick us off. So Man City with 2 days rest. Pep Roulette, already talking about that. We're going to get to that in the next slide here, or a couple slides from now. Villa, Brentford, Everton, Burnley, Fulham, Newcastle, Luton, Bournemouth, Wolves, West Ham is the classic Saturday afternoon slate. Then we've got Brighton versus Arsenal at night on Saturday. That could be a tricky tie for the Gunners. We're going to see in Mikel Arteta's press conference today, was Saka just rested? Is there an injury we need to be worried about? Because if there's another injury, or if there is an injury for Saka, I think there are some Arsenal options that we can get to. Maybe a Kai Havertz, a Martin Odegaard, perhaps, but we'll need to see how that press conference goes this afternoon. On Sunday, we've got a huge one: Man United Liverpool, 3:30 UK time. Sheffield United versus Chelsea is on Sunday at 5:30, and then Spurs Nottingham Forest. This game was originally supposed to be on Monday, but because of trains and strikes and construction and stuff, it's now been moved to Sunday at 6 p.m. So, yeah, an extra dose of football on a Sunday night for us, which will be quite nice. Yeah, just in case that Sheffield United Chelsea game is a dud. Moving over here to the fixture ticker, this is going to be a pretty quick episode this week as there is only about 24 hours until the deadline turns around. So, the top 5 teams over the next 5 game weeks here: Everton, Sheffield United, Liverpool, Wolves, Arsenal. Bottom 5 teams are Tottenham, Brighton, Aston Villa, Chelsea, and Nottingham Forest. Everton, I was thinking about Branthwaite on my wild card. Could have gone there. I think he had a price jump tonight or this morning, so that was interesting there. Sheffield United, we're not going to go anywhere near them. They do have a double game week in there. I forgot to star that there. But Liverpool have Man United, Crystal Palace, Fulham, Everton on their double game week, West Ham and Tottenham. So pretty good fixtures for the Reds leading up to game week 34. Wolves, West Ham, Nottingham Forest, Arsenal, Bournemouth on the double game week, Luton and Man City. That's why I brought in 8 Nuri. Was tempted to bring in Sarabia as well, but just stuck to one Wolves guy. I mean, he came through immediately with a goal. Probably should have had an assist and another goal as well on Tuesday night against Burnley. But yeah, pretty much playing like left wing right now. So great pickup. Would highly recommend adding him to your FPL squad. And then Arsenal have Brighton, Aston Villa, Wolves, Chelsea in their double game week, Tottenham and Bournemouth. So yeah, I kind of loaded up with Liverpool and Arsenal. I got a little smidge of Wolves there, but really the free hit 34 will cover me and just kind of let me pick the best players for that double game week. And the worst teams, yeah, Tottenham with Nottingham Forest, Newcastle, a blank, Arsenal, and Liverpool. The common thing with these bottom teams is their game week 34 fixture has not been rescheduled or their doubles have not been announced yet. So we got to keep that in mind. Pep Roulette. Surprising but convenient timing with all the bench jam that went on this week. But yeah, so this is Man City's scheduled games for the remainder of the year. So this only has the FA Cup semifinal against Chelsea down there, Real Madrid in the Champions League. It doesn't have when they could possibly play the Champions League semifinal or Champions League final, that kind of stuff. So right now, we are looking at Crystal Palace on 2 days of rest, then Madrid on 2 days of rest, then Luton on 3 days, Madrid on another 3 days rest, Chelsea on 2 days rest in the FA Cup semifinal, Brighton on 4 days rest, Nottingham Forest on 2 days rest, Wolves 5, Fulham 6, West Ham 7. However, like I just said, there are FA Cup final. There's a game against Tottenham to still be rescheduled. There's also the FA Cup final will be after the season, but yeah. So they've got possible Champions League semifinal against Bayern Munich or Arsenal to slot in there somewhere, and a game against Tottenham to reschedule. So while Pep Roulette was frustrating this week, I would not expect it to be the end of it, and that's why if everyone is flocking to get Phil Foden, uh, I think he's gonna get rotated in one of these next 2 Premier League games. He was the only one out of kinda like City's big 3, which would be Holland, KDB, and Phil Foden to play any minutes, and he played all 90 minutes on, uh, Wednesday night against Aston Villa. So, yeah, I think Pep Roulette is back in business. It's been quite nice this year, but I think it's going to happen again over these next 2, 3 game weeks. I would highly expect Phil Foden to get a rest. So if you are buying him, just make sure you have some coverage on the bench. If City do struggle, he could always come off the bench, grab you a goal, obviously, but it is something you need to think about. Holland and KDB already got their rest, so I think they should be good for these next few fixtures. Uh, but we'll see. Yeah, lots of headaches. If you're investing in a state defender, state goalkeeper, still not sure about that either. So I still have Erling Haaland. He's possibly going to get the armband this weekend against Crystal Palace. We will get leaks because Man City is the early game in game week 32. So that's nice just in case there's more rotation. But I would hold off on any transfers if you are planning on using a transfer on a Man City asset in game week 32. Captaincy debate here. Haaland, Son, Palmer, Salah. That was who I was debating for game week 30 as well. So right now, according to the rotoballer.com rankings, which will be published later today, along with the staff roundtable, DFS betting, FPL manuals, doing his in-depth game week guide. So go check all that out on rotoballer.com, first of all. But yeah, Haaland, Son, Palmer, Salah. Haaland has Crystal Palace away. Son has Nottingham Forest at home. Palmer has Sheffield United on the road, and Salah has Man United on the road. Sorry for the mistakes on the graphic there. Predicted points, according to Robot.com, 6.55 for Holland, 6.52 for Son, 6.37 for Palmer, and 6.28 for Salah. Over the last 6 game weeks, Cole Palmer has scored 65 FPL points. He leads all 4 of these guys, especially after his 20-pointer last night. Salah has 39, Son has 40. Holland struggling here, 25 points, and this is just their last 6 games that they've played. So, like, it doesn't include Wednesday's 0-pointer, but it does include Sunday's 2-pointer against Arsenal. Non-penalty XGI per 90 over the last 6. Holland and Salah lead the way. So Holland's at 0.84, while Salah's at 0.82. Son's down there at 0.35, and Cole Palmer at 0.29. But yeah, Chelsea seems to get a lot of penalties. They seem to be doing really a good job of getting penalties this year because Palmer scored 2 last night. Just converting from the spot anytime Chelsea need a goal. Also bagged the last goal in the 110th or the 100th minute, I think. Yeah, just absolute insanity in that Chelsea Man United game last night. So Palmer seems to beat up on these promoted sides quite well. I currently have the armband on him, but it is going to be against him versus Holland, I think, for captaincy. Holland on the road is not as spectacular as he usually is at home. Just going to see some press conferences. Like, I mean, if they don't have the big 3 for Man City, like Foden, if Foden's not on the pitch, that could make a difference. I still think City will win, but could just be a little bit of creativity lacking for the citizens. Son and Salah just like feel a little bit out of form right now, so I'd want to see it before giving them the armband, especially when Cole Palmer is like in the form of his life right now, just a lock for that England team in the Euros. So I think he's going to get the armband for me this game week in game week 32 against Sheffield United. Here are my game week 32 thoughts. Here's my squad: Petrovic, Bradley, Gabriel, Nuri, Son, Salah, Palmer, captain, Saka right now in the squad with Holland, Darwin, and Isaac. If Saka's declared out, there's a possibility that I will use my transfer and get in Odegaard. He kind of seems like a minutes monster right now, so I'm not really concerned about any rotation with him, but really only if it's like a really bad injury or something for Saka or Arteta's like he's not going to play this weekend, and then they've got Bayern Munich in the midweek. So yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. Could possibly use the transfer on Saka, but I would just have Garnacho coming off the bench against Liverpool. Cole Palmer versus Erling Haaland is the debate I'm having for the armband. Currently, it is on Cole Palmer. That's what I said in the Rotoballer roundtable. So that's probably where I'm gonna go. And the only thing I'm slightly worried about is Darwin rotation. So he did look not as sharp as usual in that game against Sheffield United last night. But with Diogo Jota coming back, Luis Diaz played all 90 minutes as well. Liverpool aren't short on attacking options, but Cody Gakpo, I mean, grabbed a goal last night, but not very impressive. He is a Europa League player at best for Liverpool. I would not be trusting him in a game against Man United with the league in Liverpool's hands right now. If they win every single game, they will be champions of England for the second time in 5 years. Goodness gracious, has it been that long already? But yes, those are my game week 32 thoughts for my own team. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. What should I do with my team? What are you planning to do with your team? Yeah, really interested with the quick turnaround to see what people are doing. I think this is a good week to roll. Set yourself up for game week 33, possibly bring in a couple more doublers if you're not free hitting. So that would be kind of where I'm at. Just gain some information with the quick turnarounds. I think there is going to be some rotation, but I think we probably got our biggest dose of Pep Roulette so far in game week 31. But that is really going to do it for me for this week's episode. Just quick turnaround. There's 28, 29 hours until the game week 32 deadline. But yeah, once again, follow me on X at UNFPL, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. There is a live stream tomorrow for F1 Fantasy at about, I think it's like 6 a.m. UK time. So if you are into F1 Fantasy, check me out there. But yeah, once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And I will talk to you next time.